Not only do the ancestors of Native Americans not come from Israel, but we know where the impact came from, and that's from the northern part of East Asia.
The people that we can identify today as Native Americans, the people that we can pull DNA from, their genetic markers are more closely related to people from Siberia.
The evidence acceptable to most archaeologists and physical anthropologists, both from dental traits and from mitochondrial DNA, is that the origin of people in North, Central, and South America before the coming of the Europeans in 1492 was North Asia.
This is a very large field of study now, where there are dozens of researchers who've worked in over 6 dozen Native American communities, investigating thousands of individuals. And the genetic data from every single one of those studies is telling us the same thing. That is, that the people came from, the American Indians came from north part of East Asia.
The DNA data indicate the closest affinities of contemporary Native American populations are with populations in East Asia and Central Asia.
The homeland of Native Americans is East Asia.
The genetic evidence shows that the American Indian came from Asia.
If Y chromosomes all come from Asia, and mitochondrial genomes all come from Asia, then the only explanation for where all the rest of the chromosomes come from is Asia. That is a very scientifically valid explanation. It's the only explanation. In excess of 150 tribes have been tested now, and these are scattered all over North and Central and South America, even into Greenland. And from that survey, in excess of 5,500 individuals have been involved and been tested. From those 5,500, 99.4% of Native Americans have a mitochondrial DNA lineage that originated in Asia. There can be no question. 99.4%. The other 0.6% have either a European or an African mitochondrial lineage. A very tiny minority of African and European lineages that they do find came after Columbus.
In living Native Americans' DNA, there will inevitably be a few individuals, even in the most remote Native communities, that have had some intermarriage with Europeans or Africans, and that'll show up in their DNA. But that small percentage that's there can be distinguished from the possibility of an Israelite migration to the New World by looking at the dates in which those types of lineages separated from other forms of DNA very similar to them. And so, in other words, you can identify which ones came after 1492.
DNA samples from human remains that predate 1492 are referred to as ancient DNA.
Because of the way that science has been improved, now it's gotten to where you can actually analyze the DNA of skeletons that are, 1,000 years.
All native peoples in South and North America belong to a racial type known as Mongoloid. They're descended from the ancient peoples of Siberia. During the Ice Age, 12,000 years ago, there was a land bridge between Siberia and Alaska. Mongoloid peoples were the first to enter the New World, or so experts thought. The Brazilian finds point to a very different story of the discovery of the Americas. Paintings on these rock shelters are...
Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
Man.
Yo, shout for season, man. Hey, shout for season, man.
I'm running this shit.
6.
Your $5 ass down before I make change.
Sit down. Play again.
Go sit your $5 ass down before I make change.